Hello, friends. As everyone knows, today it is Teachers' Day. It's a tribute to every teacher who sacrifices quietly so that others may rise. I'm going to tell you a real story the day he didn't go home. It was a cold, Harmattan morning in Oyo, the kind of morning when the air bites and the dust lingers. Mr. Aravolo sat at his desk in the small staff room of Community Grammar School. His eyes were red, not from sleep, but from the tears he didn't let fall. That morning, his landlord had given him an ultimatum. If you don't pay the balance of your rent by Friday, I'll throw you things out. But Mr. Oravolo had just $5,000 in his account. And it, as the school bell rang, he stood up, straightened his faded shirt, and picked up the chalk like nothing was wrong. In class 2B, the students waited with their usual noise, but when Mr. Oravolo entered, the room felt silent. They respected him. He wasn't just a teacher, he was their father, counselor, mentor, comedian, and sometimes their only hope. Good morning, my stars, he said, smiling. They responded louder than usual that day. Good morning, sir. He opened his battered lesson note and began teaching circle geometry. But as he spoke, one of his students, Kemi, kept looking at him. Her eyes saw what the others missed. During break, she walked to the staff room and knocked. Come in, he said. She entered shyly and placed something on his desk, a sachet of water, a piece of bread, and an orange. He looked up, confused. You have looked tired today, sir, she said. I know it's not much, but thank you for not giving up on us. His heart cracked. He tried to speak, but no words came. He nodded slowly and turned his face away so she couldn't see the tears gathering in his eyes. Later that day, after the last bell, all the teachers packed up and went home, but not Mr. Oravolo. He stayed back because home was a room he might be thrown out of, because the house didn't feel like shelter anymore. He walked to the empty classroom, laid his head on the wooden desk, and slept there. That became his pattern for weeks. Sometimes the security man would bring him boiled corn. Sometimes he would go to the mosque, not just to pray, but to sit and think. Still, he taught every class with a smile. He wrote lesson notes, marked scripts, listened to his students' stories, and encouraged them to dream. Many didn't know, not even the principal, but students like Kemi began to notice the old shoes, the repeated shirts, the tired eyes. One day after school, Kemi and some classmates approached the principal. They told him everything they have observed. They begged him to do something. The school investigated quietly. They found the truth. In a surprise morning assembly, the principal called Mr. Oravolo out. Sir, he said, we found out you have been living in this school while still teaching with full dedication. You never complained, you never asked for pity. Then the principal turned to the students and said, this is what sacrifice looks like. Not every hero wears a cape. Some wear chalk-stained shirts and give their very lives in bits. The teachers had pooled money, so did some parents. The school PTA rented a small apartment for him. An old student who had become a politician donated furniture, but the biggest gift came from the students' letters, dozens of them. One read, Sir, because you stayed, I stayed in school. Because you didn't give up, I didn't give up. You are the reason I now want to become a teacher too. So, I can become someone's miracle just like you were mine. Mr. Oravolo read every letter in silence that night in his new home. He cried not because of the hardship, but because he now knew his sacrifice was not wasted. The moral of the story: a teacher's greatest reward may not come in salary or applause, but in the lives they build, the pain they hide, and the future they shape, one child, one lesson, one quiet sacrifice at a time. Thank you. Have a great day.